Hello friends, today we are going to see the first chapter of science subject of 10th standard, which is Heredity and Evolution. Okay, let's start. In that, heredity and hereditary changes. First point is heredity and what is hereditary changes. Firstly, we see definition of a heredity. Heredity is a transfer of a biological character from one generation to the another generation via genes. Means heredity is nothing but the transfer of a biological character from one generation to the another generation via genes. Genes is uh, the means of transfer of biological character from one generation to the another generation. Next point is historical milestone. Here we have to remember all the scientists' name and their discoveries. Gregor John Mendel, he is a pioneer modern genetics. He is called as pioneer of modern genetics. Then Hugo de Rice proposed the mutational theory. Who proposed the mutational theory? Hugo de Rice. Walter Sutton is a first to observe paired chromosome in grasshopper cell. Means who observed first paired chromosome is Walter Sutton. Oswald Avery, Maclean McCarthy and Colin MacLeod proved that DNA is the genetic material. Who proved that DNA is a genetic material? The answer will be the Oswald Avery, Maclean McCarthy and Colin MacLeod. Next scientists are Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod. These two scientists proposed the model of a protein synthesis in a bacterial cell using DNA. Means these two scientists first proposed the process of protein synthesis from the DNA. Now, what are the applications of hereditary science? There are several applications of hereditary science used to diagnosis, treatment and prevention of hereditary disorders, production of hybrid varieties of plants and animals, and industrial process of involving microbes. These are the application of hereditary science. Now we will see mutation. What is mutation? Mutation is nothing but a sudden change in the gene where nucleotide changes its position, causing a minor or a considerable change. Means whenever there is a change in genes, the mutation occur. And here is one example they have given: sickle cell anemia. It is example of a disease which occur due to mutation disorder. We can call it as a disorder. Next is a process of protein synthesis. Here is the term central dogma. The process of synthesizing protein by DNA through RNA is nothing but a central dogma. This process of protein synthesis from DNA through RNA is called as central dogma. This central dogma process has three steps. First is a transcription, second is a translation, and third is a translocation. Transcription. In transcription, synthesis of mRNA from DNA sequence. Only one strand of DNA is used. mRNA contain uracil instead of a thymine found in a DNA. What happens in a transcription? mRNA is a form. We can see in a figure, mRNA strand is formed as a replica of one of the strand of DNA. DNA is a double stranded structure, and from that two strands, one strand's replica is formed in the form of mRNA. Okay, and another point we have to consider here is mRNA contain uracil instead of a thymine found in DNA. Second step in a protein synthesis is a translation. In translation, mRNA brings coded message from nucleus to the cytoplasm. Means transcription occur in a cytoplasm, then mRNA comes in a cytoplasm with coded message. Okay, then in the form of triplet codon, it is called a triplet codon. What is a triplet codon? Three nucleotide is for a one amino acid. Amino acid is nothing but a backbone of what? Protein. Means when more amino acids come together and they join each other by peptide bond, then protein is formed. This triplet codon is for one amino acid. Means triplet codon is for one amino acid. Here, one scientist we have to remember the name of that scientist, Dr. Hargobind Khurana. He is an Indian origin scientist who received a Nobel Prize in 1968 for discovering triplet codon for 20 amino acids. Who? Hargobind Khurana. Now, tRNA, here is coming in picture, tRNA, another type of RNA. Here it is a mRNA, which is messenger RNA, and here it is a tRNA, which is a transfer RNA. tRNA supplies amino acid by matching its anticodon to the mRNA. Means what is the function of a tRNA? It supplies amino acid. Okay, now here protein synthesis is occur in a translation process. In transcription, mRNA formation is occur. In translation, protein chain is formed, and in translocation, the ribosome moves along the mRNA by distance of one triplet codon as amino acids are bounded by peptide bonds with the help of rRNA. rRNA, ribosomal RNA, here it is ribosomal RNA is involved in a translocation, means rRNA moves and one by one the amino acid is getting added in a peptide in a protein chain. This whole process is nothing but a central dogma, that is protein synthesis. First is transcription, then translation, and third is a translocation. Now, next point is evolution and its a theory. What is evolution? Evolution is nothing but a gradual, slow going process of change in living organism over a long duration. Means uh, evolution is the process of uh, change, but it is very slow and it has very long duration. Okay, means we are saying that the human beings are developed from monkey, but it is not in one or two or thousand of years. It's a lakh of years are required to transfer to evolve a human from monkey. This slow process of getting change is called as evolution. Theory of evolution. First living material, that is protoplasm, formed in an ocean about 300 crore years ago. Then unicellular organisms are formed millions of years ago. Okay. Now, evolution is defined as the progressive development of plant and animals from ancestor with a different structural and functional organization. Next is the very important point, evidences of evolution. There are 6 evidences of evolution. Means what these evidences are showing? These evidences are showing different species are developed from one ancestor. They have a single ancestor and they get evolved in a different species. These are 6 evidences. We will see one by one. First is a morphological evidence, means the physical features like mouth structure, eye position, and lip venation. It shows that it developed from one ancestor. We can see in a picture that this bird and these two animals, the mouth structure and the position of their eyes, they just we can see that they are come from a one ancestor, because their position of mouth and position of eyes are nearby similar way. Second is anatomical evidences. Anatomy means morphology, means the external structure, means a physical feature, and anatomical evidences mean internal structure. Here, similarity in the structure of bones and joints is showing that evidences of evolution. Means human hand, forelegs of ox, flipper of whale, and patagium of bat indicate a common ancestor. Their structure of bones and joints is nearly similar. Third is vestigial organ. Vestigial organ. These organs are degenerated or underdeveloped. Means useless organs in a organism get degenerated or underdeveloped. For example, human appendix. Human appendix, which is present at the joint of large intestine and small intestine. Okay, actually this appendix organ don't have any function in a human body, but in ruminants like cattle it has a function in digestion that shows ruminant and humans are evolved from same ancestor. Next is paleontological evidences. Paleontology means the study, science that deals with the study of fossils. What is fossils? Fossils is nothing but a remnant or impression of an organism preserved underground. Means when organism is die and they are buried in under the layer of soil, it get converted into fossil. And carbon dating, this concept is also has to be considered here. Carbon dating is the process which determine the age of fossil, and this carbon dating process is discovered by the scientist Willard Libby, who is the Nobel Prize winner in 1960. Carbon dating scientist name is Willard Libby. Fifth evidence of evolution is a connecting link. Organism showing characteristics of two groups, means one organism showing the mediate characteristic of two groups, it is called as a connecting links between that two groups. For example, peripatus is link between annelida and anthropoda group. Duckbill platypus links duckbill platypus links reptile and mammals. Lungfish link fish and amphibians. These are the example of connecting links between two groups of organisms. Sixth evidence of evolution is embryological evidence. Here it is very simple. Vertebrate embryos shows extreme similarities in their initial stages of development, suggesting a common origin. Means in case of a vertebrate organism, when development of embryos of them occurs, then that development stages shows very much similarities in between them. This shows that they are come from one ancestor. Next, major evolutionary theories. Here is a Darwin's theory of natural selection we have to see here. Published in a book called Origin of a Species. Concept is prolific reproduction, means large in large quantity, reproduction happen in a large quantity. Then life threatening competition and survival of fittest. These are the three concepts of Darwin's theory of natural selection. What are the objections then? Natural selection isn't the only factor. It doesn't explain useless or useful modification or abrupt change. Natural selection doesn't explain the useful or useless modification. Second thing is Lamarckism. Lamarckism, it is proposed by the scientist named Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. What is concept in it? Use or disuse of organs and the inheritance of acquired character. Means if giraffe has to use his neck to eat the leaves of tall trees. Then his neck will develop more longer. This phenomenon of disuse of organs, which changes occur in that organs due to use of it or useless of it, this phenomena is called as Lamarckism. The concept of use or disuse was accepted, but the inheritance of acquired character was disapproved and rejected. We have to remember here Darwin's theory of natural selection, which is published in the book Origin of Species. Then another thing we have to remember is the survival of fittest. These things are given by Darwin's theory, and Lamarckism is the use or disuse of organs, and due to that use or disuse of organ, changes in that organ or that species happen, and the scientist name is Jean Baptiste Lamarck. Next thing is speciation. Speciation is the formation of new species. Formation of a new species is nothing but a speciation due to evolution. And what are the factors responsible for speciation? Are genetic variation. Due to genetic variation, new species can be formed. Next is a geographical condition like food, habitat, reproductive period. These also can give leads to new species formation. Third is geographical or reproductive isolation. These 3 points are leads to be formation of new species. Now the last point, human evolution. Just remember student, we have to remember scientific names of human beings, how they evolve and from which animals they got evolved and the names of that animals. 7 crore year ago, monkey-like animal, first monkey-like animal evolved from ancestors similar to the modern lemurs. Okay, 4 crore year ago, tail of these animals in Africa disappear when enlarged. 2 crore year ago, Rampithecus, North India and East Africa, the fossils are appear there, or first human-like animal with erect posture using their hand. First human-like animal 2 crore year ago, name is Rampithecus. 40 lakh year ago, Australopithecus, which is evolved in South Africa. 20 lakh year ago, skilled human genus Homo appear. Means here is a skilled human first appear 20 lakh year ago. 15 lakh year ago, human with a erect posture existed in China or Indonesia. 1.5 lakh year ago, Neanderthal man, who Neanderthal man considered the first wise man. First wise man, Neanderthal man, 1.5 lakh year ago. Then 50,000 year ago, Cro-Magnon man evolved. Evolution become faster. Now progress of wise man. Wise man. 10,000 year ago started agriculture and cattle rearing. 5,000 year ago invention of writing and start of history. 400 year ago emergence of a modern science. 200 years ago establishment of industrial society. Here we have to remember some terms, okay, and some names. That's it. Here we have completed first chapter, heredity and evolution. So thank you for listening friends, and stay tuned to our channel Nyan Prabha for more such videos. Thank you very much.